Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 5 of my Minecraft Let's Play here on the Horizoncraft server. Today we're starting things off in Tokyo while we watch Myth and Crypta do a little bit of mace shenanigans. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Anyway, today we're starting things off here in Tokyo because I think this episode we're going to do a little bit of a build tour. Yes, I think today's episode is going to be a little bit of a tour episode where we're going to check out some of the smaller builds that I've done here on the server, just like this one. Now this is my room in Jasper's house here in Tokyo. It's a secret room, and you need to use this elevator to get up and down. And I have a simple block swapper here so that we can use the elevator both ways, which is pretty handy. Anyway, the entrance of this is pretty wacky. Well, the whole build is pretty wacky actually. I designed this room to be kind of an abstract room where I tried to use as many different types of blocks and block palettes as I could, while also still making it look somewhat aesthetically pleasing. So I started off with this red, the warped, the not the warped, but the crimson nylium flooring, and then the crimson trees here as well. And then there's a warped one here. And then I just started adding in a bunch of different colors and block palettes and just as many different things as I could. So I have the crying obsidian in with the enchanting table. We have the calcite walls. We have end stone, and we have the warped wood here. We have, lush leaf blocks. We have the glowberries. There's all kinds of different stuff in here, which is really cool. There's a lot to look at. Everywhere you look, there's something else that's grabbing your attention. I also have these, I don't know, they kind of look like balloons. They remind me of balloons. These glass blocks with the lights underneath them here, and they just kind of go up to the ceiling. And up in the ceiling there, you can see there's a second floor. Or there's a second level, I should say. So if we take this little stairway, get a better vantage point of the whole build, or the main floor room, and we can keep going up to get to the second floor. And on the second floor is just some more stuff. Again, just trying to use as many different blocks as I can. We have bone blocks, and we have the fences and chains. We have hay bales. We have the 2 different moss blocks there. We have our armor stand with golden armor and the new spear. We have the wool textured ceiling, just add some more colors and some different blocks. Over here we have lots of copper. We have the new copper bulbs and a bunch of the copper blocks. Here's our Soupland banner. And then I even added in here some other stuff. I always forget what this stuff is called. Prismarine blocks. We have mud blocks, a jukebox. We have the warped, or not warped, sorry, that's the pale oak. All kinds of different stuff up here. It's pretty wacky room, but I actually really enjoy it. I think it's a pretty cool addition, and definitely something that I'm not used to building. I think a lot of my builds are very uniform and very symmetrical, and this one is none of those things. But I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the abstract nature of it and all the colors and everything. It's fun. It's a fun build. Well, that was it for Tokyo. I think that was the only build that I have here in Tokyo currently. So I think next we're gonna go and check out Delve, which is an underground city. Everything's underground all the way down to bedrock, and I have a few builds there that I'd like to check out. Just some small ones, but I think they're still pretty cool. And here we are in Delve, our underground city. Now I know it doesn't look like an underground city. You're probably thinking to yourself right now, Soups, what are you talking about? This is an underground city. The sky is right there. But you know what? That's not the sky. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but that isn't the sky. That is actually wool. I fooled you. Hate to say it, but I fooled you. I think I fooled Goose too, though, because he wanted an entranceway to his underground city, and I brought the outside to his underground. I mean, he did say no sunlight, and there is no sunlight. There's no sunlight. There's no sun, so I didn't break the rules by bringing the sun to Delve, but I did bring the outside to the underground. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, if we keep on going through Delve here into the main hall, we get to the next little build that I did in here. It was funny, Goose actually asked me to make a tree in his underground. I mean, I already built a forest, but he wanted me to make a tree as well. And he had asked to do kind of like a lush style tree, with a lot of glowberries and that kind of thing, but when I was doing some testing in a creative world, I kind of stumbled upon this amethyst style tree, which I thought was a little bit more appropriate for the underground style or the underground theme of the build, since it's amethysts and you find those underground. And I thought this was kind of a cool way to display both a tree and then the kind of underground nature of the build itself. And I think it turned out pretty well. I really like this. I don't generally build a whole lot of trees, even though I know I have built a lot of trees on this server so far. But nothing quite like this. This is a little bit more abstract than the other ones, and I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with this. And then the last build that we have in here, just a little tiny, kind of a joke build. I figured just down the hallway here, since this is since this whole thing is kind of upside down or backwards, you know, we have our trees underground and we have our sky underground, and everything's a little bit topsy-turvy. So I figured, what better way to display that than an upside down house. Is an upside down house that didn't quite make it the right way around. And I don't particularly know what happened here, but things seem to have been flipped a little bit. And everything's kind of upside down. You know, we have our bed there with our storage, our crafting table, and there's the front door that we can't actually get to because we're on the roof. Anyway, this was, like I said, just a little bit of a joke build because everybody was kind of putting in little fun things down here, and I thought the upside down house was kind of a neat addition to the upside down town, the underground city. Next thing we're going to go do is actually check out Cappy Town, and I'm just realizing now that we have all these banners here for the different cities. We have Cappy Town, there's Shady Sands, there's Serenity, Tokyo, that's where we just were, Delve, this is where we are now, there's the Order, I haven't been there, Jay's Ultimate Personal Banner, okay. Anyway, moving on, there's Mushroom Village, Dripleaf Dynasty, the Overgrowth, there's a bunch of different villages here. A lot of them I haven't actually been to just yet. There's people keep making new ones, and they pop up pretty quick, so I haven't had the chance to visit all of them yet. But I noticed that there's no Soupland banner, so I think we're gonna have to change that. And there we go, banner added. And then we'll just hit it with a glow ink sack and some dye to make it pop, and boom, Soupland is added. We gotta make ours stand out from everybody else's, you know. I think next we're gonna go check out Cappy Town, which is Abyss's town. And I have a little house there. I don't frequent it too often, but it's a cool build, so we're gonna go check it out. Cappy Town. Well, here we are in Cappy Town, and it kind of looks like we're not the only visitors. Hello, guys. Now, my base is just over here, I believe. Yep, just over here. This is me. There's a little bit of a Hobbit home kind of style with the round archway and the round window sills here. I kind of like this theme. If we go inside, we have this very open concept, you know, no door here. We have a lowered bedroom area, a nice big fireplace, leads all the way up through the chimney. Here's our storage area with nothing inside. I don't have anything labeled because I don't actually use this storage for anything. I had planned on at least keeping a few things here, but Cappy Town is a little bit out of the way from Serenity, so it kind of doesn't really make sense unless I'm actually building stuff here to have any of my resources here. But if we look here too, this is our stasis chamber that we have here set up just in case we need a quick teleport back. And it looks like we have some neighbors. This wasn't here before. And that chicken definitely, oh, there's two chickens. Okay, well those definitely weren't here before either. That wasn't here before. It's been a little while since I've been here. I haven't even finished the decorating outside. That shouldn't be there. I haven't even finished the landscaping or anything. This just drops off. I haven't actually finished the outside of this build, but the inside is done. The build itself is done, and I think it looks really nice. Here is our little water elevator that takes us up to the second floor with a wolf in it. Come on, Wolfie, come out this way. And this just leads up to our roof, our grassy roof, with a pathway over to Abyss's place. There's a little sniffer farm. And that's Abyss's house right there. Anyway, that's my build here. That's my build in Cappy Town. My only one build in Cappy Town. I think it's pretty nice. I like this build. I'm glad I brought this back from my other world. I think this is a nice addition to this town. It kind of fits the vibe of the kind of spruce, overgrown, kind of rustic feel. Goodbye, new friends. It was nice to meet you. I'll see you around. And now we're headed back to Serenity to check out another few builds that I have there and have yet to show you guys. Here we are back at the entrance of my base and the nether side, and I've done quite a lot of work to this just in preparation of making it into my new trading hall, but it's not quite finished yet, so I'm not going to show you. We're going to go and finish the tour, and then we're going to come back here, and hopefully I'll have time to finish it up. The next thing we're going to go do is check out the public trade hall here in Serenity. So if we fly out our base like this, and go over the town center, this is the town center with a lot of the other cool builds, we get here to the trade hall. There's quite a lot of stuff going on here. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. This was this spot for our old trade hall, and it has yet to be repurposed into anything else. We have just moved the trade hall over here into this new location. And this is the design that I came up with for the new villager hall. I wanted to build some sort of large structure, like I was thinking about 4 large pillars with a suspended platform in the middle holding the villagers. Turns out I needed 2 platforms to hold all the villagers that we have, but this ended up being a really cool build. I had a lot of fun with this, and it looks like there's a little bit of damage. I don't know why there's a melon there. Anyway, that's okay. We can fix that. But I wanted to, when I was building this, I wanted to have some cool way to get to the platforms. But when I was building, I built like a bubble elevator right through the center, and I don't know, it kind of messed up the aesthetics of having the suspended platforms, having this glass column of water kind of coming down through the center. So instead, what I did is I moved the elevator to the side here in the pillar. So you actually take the pillar up. You know, let's just do it. We take the pillar up, and we come out on top of the hall. Now this is the very top of the structure. We have some trees, this decoration and everything here, and I tried to kind of blend it in with the nature and the surroundings and everything. So we have this nice little pathway around. But if we come over here, this is the entrance to the hall. If we come down, there's the second layer and the first layer. So here we have all of our villagers for trading. This is mostly where all the enchanters are, with all the enchanted books and everything. There's a few other villagers here, with some farmers and cartographers and stuff. But generally, this is just used for the enchanters, the enchanting tables. Serenity is usually the first town new players will come through since it's right next to spawn. And since it's so close, this trading hall gets a lot of use with all the villagers here. Everybody comes and trades and enchants their gear when they first join the server. I don't come here very often anymore just because none of these villagers are cured for me, so the trades are still pretty expensive, and I have a villager trading hall in my base. So why would I come over here? But I have used this quite a lot before in the past, and it still gets quite a lot of use. So I'm definitely glad I spent some time working on this and making it look really nice. We have the surrounding area all covered with the trees as well. So I think this turned out pretty well. I'm happy with how this turned out. The next thing I want to show you guys is this Goose statue. I built this for Goose, our good friend Goose here on the server, and he built his very first starter base right here on this little plot of land next to the water. And in memory of that, I decided to take his base and I put it inside the statue. He had, you know, a couple of beds, a little composter, a chest with some items and stuff. And since he abandoned this, instead of cleaning it up and just getting rid of it all, I decided to commemorate it. So now this is where Goose lives permanently. Now the last thing that I wanted to cover was this build here that I did for Prime, but before we do that, I want to acknowledge this bee, because how adorable is this bee? I love this thing. It looks it looks so good. Those eyes, those are so cute. And then we have the carpets as the wings. Yeah, this thing is adorable. I love this thing. I kind of want to copy it and put it somewhere near my base or something, because this is really cool. I like this. Anyway, over here, this is a build that I built for Prime by request, because he traded me my Swift Sneak. And as a builder, Swift Sneak is pretty much essential. Like, I mean, you need Swift Sneak. Sneaking around at a crawl is just, it sucks. So you need Swift Sneak, sure, like as fast as possible. So I traded him the Swift Sneak for a build of his choice, and he decided that he wanted a bit of a I don't know if you call it a boathouse or a shore house or something like that, but he wanted me to extend this hillside out and create a bit of a platform, and then put a structure that kind of matched the style of his main house here. And I think I did a pretty good job of matching the style. I used the same kind of textures and same block palettes and everything like that. And then on the inside, what I did was I made a little axolotl pond or farm here. Not farm, but pool. A little place for the axolotls to hang out. so they can swim around up top, or they can swim down into the very bottom here. And we have some more swimming around in there. So this kind of connects up with the ocean that's just underneath it. So we have the axolotls that can kind of hang out and say hi. Hello. Oh, that's kind of funny. I guess he hasn't used this for anything, but it looks nice. It's a nice addition to his property. And then there's the deck here, and the deck leads out down to the sandbar. And it looks like somebody is building a cruise ship. I don't know whose that is, but it looks pretty cool so far. Anyway, so that's another little build that I did here on the server. Probably the last, notable one. I did there's a lot of bit terraforming and a lot of little things here and there, but as for, main structures, I think that about covers most of them. I've only been on the server for less than 2 months, but in that time I definitely have created quite a few different builds, including my base. I mean, I haven't gone over the base or the arcade in this video, or Soupland, but I mean, you guys have already seen those if you've already watched the previous videos, so I didn't think I needed to cover them here in this video as well. But with the tour out of the way, I think it's time to head back to our Nether portal, where our new trading hall is going to be, and I'm going to show you guys the progress that I have made on that portion of the build, because I've spent quite a bit of time working on it actually, and we're going to hopefully finish it up. I don't know if we're going to get time to move all the villagers or not, because that's going to be a lot of work. We have a lot of villagers in here. There's quite a lot, and that's a lot of work, but we're at least going to go and we're going to finish up the build part of it anyway. Alright, so if we head back and take our handy-dandy minecart portal thing, we come back to, we get back to our other nether portal side of the trading hall here. And as you can see, I built out quite a large portion of it. I added in all these extra rooms and created this kind of round room area, round hall area, and this is where all the villagers are going to go. This is kind of the example mock-up that I have done of the villager of each section. When I first built this, I made the mistake of not thinking about the fact that this is in the Nether. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'll just slap some lights down, make sure that the visibility is good, and we'll be mob-proof. But that's that's not how the Nether works. So mobs will still spawn in here, even though there's light. They'll spawn on all regular spawnable blocks, except for bedrock. And so I've had to kind of cover everything in buttons, because I built everything up and then everything started spawning in here, so that wasn't good. So I had to rethink the way that I built the flooring and everything, because I can't have solid blocks, otherwise things are going to spawn. And I didn't want to add carpets, or obviously I didn't want to leave these buttons here and everything, so I had to change the pattern, or the design, into all the bottom slabs here, so nothing will spawn on the bottom slabs. And then our villager will sit there, and then the job block will sit there, and then everything will be covered and nothing will be spawnable. So I'm going to have to redo kind of this area and change that. But the problem is, now that I'm thinking about it, when I want to bring the villagers in here, I'm going to need full blocks to be able to push the minecarts around, to put the minecart tracks on to get them into their spots. So I kind of can't finish up the flooring in here until I get the villagers all into their spots. So I'm going to have to do that first regardless. I think I can't actually finish the build until I get the villagers in place, which I'm just realizing now. So I think we're going to have to do the villagers first, but the outside is finished now. Look at the outside of this. How grandiose is this? I mean, I kind of went a little bit overboard, which I tend to do with my projects. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I tend to kind of go overboard. But this was a lot of fun to build. I built out the main square portion and then was thinking, how do I do a roof? How do I make something that kind of closes the top of this? And I figured, what better way than to create a big sphere of light? I don't really know where I got the idea from, but I kind of just thought that it would be cool to have a big floating ball in the center of the structure with kind of a domed roof on top. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it looks really cool the way it just, I don't know, it's this big ball of light just sitting in the middle. It's a total waste of space. I mean not waste, but it doesn't do anything. Like, there's nothing inside the ball, there's nothing up top on here. It's all just for looks. The only portion of the build that's actually functional is on the inside. And I don't know, I mean, that's fine, I suppose. We even have our emerald beacons around the outsides, just so we have all of the buffs, but we also get to display our emerald wealth. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. really cool. I'm happy with this. Happy with the way this turned out. And even if you look on the inside here too, this is all, everything all is half slabs, all bottom slabs, bottom slabs, bottom slabs. Everything on the top is bottom slabs or covered in carpets. I had to put blue carpet on top of the lapis in this instance because there's no half slabs that would have looked good here in blue. So carpets it is. Everything else is half slabs. Nothing's spawnable. So it's all good. Everything's protected. The only thing now that I have left to do is, like I said, move the villagers into place, which is probably going to take a little while. So I guess we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll see you back here when it's finished. Alright, well this is actually going a little bit quicker than I had expected, I think. I have a little bit of a system working out here, and it's going pretty well. So I think we just match up these lines to each villager, push them along, they get sent through the portal, I take the portal, hop out on the other side, our villager is sitting there ready to go. We just block them in like that. We leave them in the minecart and leave the rail there just in case we need to move them ever again. And we set up a new line like this and rinse and repeat. I think it's going pretty quickly, so I think we're actually going to make pretty good time doing this. Well, this is coming along really nicely, actually. We only have 3 villagers left. The last 3 lonely villagers. Everybody else has been moved out of here. This place is starting to look really empty. The problem is, I mean, it's not really a problem, but we have 3 villagers left. And if we take a look, we have quite a few more spaces than just 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we can fit quite a few more villagers in here. But I don't know if we need that many more villagers. Like, I don't know. I mean, we could use maybe some more masons, maybe some more clerics. I mean, these trades are always good, but I mean, we have so many emeralds and we have so many pumpkins and stuff. We don't really need more farmers. We don't really need more of these guys either. So I'm not really sure. We might be able to just leave these spaces kind of open or add more villagers. And I was also thinking we could maybe even just break this and build some sort of elevator and actually use the inside of the light that's in there, because that's the big ball of light. And we have direct access to it. So, I don't know, we could put some kind of storage or something in there, or maybe, I don't know. There's that space, though, so we could use that for something. So if we left this wall and just made it into a doorway or something, and then had an elevator or something up, I think that would be kind of cool. So I think we'll just, for now, we're just going to add in those last 3 villagers. We're going to fix up the floor, or make it all look nice in here, and then I think we'll decide on what we want to do with the rest of the space. Well, here we go, guys. I think we have it all pretty much finished up. At least it's all functional anyway. We have all of our villagers in here. We have, over in this section here, we have our items. So I just left this corner here for storage, because there's not really a whole lot of place to kind of put shulker boxes and stuff in here, other than maybe along the pillars there. But this looks much better, having just one central storage area for the whole area. We have pumpkins here, we have melons here. I think maybe we'll put, you know, lots of excess emeralds here or something eventually. I'm not sure. Or maybe just some more iron. I don't know. We have lots of iron here, but we need to restock on the iron. But everything else is good. This I left this these few spots open here for some more villagers in case we all want to add some more. We can maybe add in a few more librarians or something like that, and maybe some cartographers here. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then this spot again I left open as well, so that we can potentially build up into the ball of light there. I don't know, maybe we can add in something cool in there, some sort of cool feature, I'm not sure, but possibilities are endless, so we'll leave that open for now. But I am really happy with this. I think it turned out quite good. I think it's not quite how I wanted. I wanted it to be kind of a seamless transition, so that, you know, you almost didn't even realize that you were in the Nether. So I wanted the flooring to all match the flooring on the overworld side. But of course that's not going to work, having the full blocks here, because everything's going to be spawnable for mobs. So that didn't work out, but the styling all matches, everything's the same. So I think it still looks pretty good, and I'm not going to complain. I'm definitely happy with this. We even have a little bit more space for the villagers, and people won't be complaining about lag as much, hopefully, in my base when they come and visit, because we'll have moved most of these lag inducing entities, or the villagers, out of there. So hopefully that helps things out. But for now, let's head back to the overworld and take a look at the mess take a look at the mess that's left over. I mean, it's not a mess, it's just empty. It's just an empty hall, so I'm not really sure what we're going to put in here yet. Maybe we'll just add in a few little farms or some kind of automated things. I'm not really sure, but we've got lots of space to play with anyway, so we'll leave that for now. But I also need to take care of this storage, because we've got shulker boxes everywhere. We have, I was using this to make concrete, turning concrete powder into concrete blocks. And I haven't cleaned up. This is all from like the previous episode when we were deconstructing the mob farm, and we were building up the walls, and we have all kinds of stuff just laying around that I haven't really had time to sort through. I also have been really busy recollecting a lot of resources, because I've used a lot of my resources in the builds that we've been building. So a lot of my chests were empty, and I don't like being empty on resources. So we've got lots of different stuff. We've got lots of sand and sandstone and different woods and leaves, and we've got the moss here. We've got ice. I even went so far as to get leaf litter, because I might be the only one. I might be one of the only ones that actually enjoys the leaf litter. I think it's a cool addition to the game just for aesthetic purposes. I know it can be kind of annoying when you're building or whatever, but I like them. And so I think we need to sort all this out and get rid of these and put these into the appropriate chests and everything, and just clean this up, because it's a bit of a mess right now, unfortunately. The one thing that really bothers me when playing Minecraft is when my items are not sorted. I like things to be organized. I like to know where things are. I like to know how much I have, and that way when it comes time to build, it makes things easy for me. It makes things easy to locate and figure out how much resources I need or how much I need to collect and that sort of thing. So definitely worth taking the time to just clean this up and get things sorted out. And makes me ready for the next project. Makes me feel like I can get started, because I know we didn't do a whole lot of building in this one, but we're gonna do a whole lot of building in the next one. Next episode is gonna be build, and build some more. And it looks like somebody has left me some soup. Suspicious. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like or comment and subscribe for more. And if you do, I will see you in the next one. Until next time, bye-bye.